Hey, what's up, guys? HoodieManiac360. And before we get started, I just want to say that I have a new background, as you can see. I'm not really sure if you could see it. If you're wondering why I have a new background, it's because I got a new desk for my birthday, so I put my laptop there, my camera, and everything. So today, I am going to be ranking every single movie that I have seen in 2022 from worst to best. Okay, so these movies are Hotel Transylvania 4, Scream 5, Medea Homecoming, The Batman, Morbius, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Top Gun Maverick, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, Thor Love and Thunder, Minions 2 Rise of Gru, Halloween Ends, Puss in Boots 2 The Last Wish, and 2 of the 3 Pinocchio movies that came out this year. I know, that is a lot. And the reason why I didn't review some of these is because I didn't see most of them in theaters and had to wait for them to come out on DVD, so I rented them from my local library. And also, no, I did not see Black Panther Wakanda Forever yet. Well, I don't want to waste any of you guys' time, so let's get this started. Okay, so coming in at number 15, I have Morbius. Morbius was an absolute fucking shit show. Michael was an idiot for not hiding his invention. Milo becoming the villain was a slap in the face to his character, and the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming was transported into the Morbius dimension because of Doctor Strange's spell from Spider-Man No Way Home. Save yourself the 2 hours and skip this film. Overall, I rate this film a 2 out of 10. Okay, so coming in at number 14, I have Pinocchio. No, not that one. That one. Pinocchio, A True Story. Yes, I actually fucking watched this piece of crap. Why in the absolute fuck was this thing even made? It is so stupid, oh my god. There are so many things about this film that make no sense. First of all, the animation and the voice acting are terrible. Second of all, Pinocchio's nose doesn't grow. Okay, so you see in the original Pinocchio film and every other Pinocchio film that was ever made, Pinocchio's nose would grow every time he told a lie. That doesn't happen here. Third of all, why the fuck do they reference Leonardo DiCaprio and Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And finally, how and why is Tom Kenny in this film? Yes, that Tom Kenny. The same Tom Kenny that plays SpongeBob. Tom, bro, if you're watching this video, why? Okay, so as bad as this movie is, I'm still gonna say that I do actually recommend this film. It is so bad that it's good, kind of like The Room. Father, tell me, when can I leave to be on my own? I got the whole world to see. Oh my god. Overall, as a movie, I rate this film a fucking 2 out of 10. But, in terms of how much I had fun making fun of it, I give it a 9 out of 10. Coming in at number 13, I have Thor Love and Thunder. This movie sucks. Normally, I don't mind a movie with too many jokes, but the jokes here were stupid. Especially the joke where Thor's Stormbreaker was getting jealous of his old hammer. And also, not to mention the one building in Asgard that's based off the Infinity Gauntlet. Why? Why would the writers even allow that? That's like if someone opened a place that was based off of 9/11. Also, some of the CGI in this film was awful. And they completely wasted the villain, whom is played by Christian Bale. They hired a great actor to play a villain whom, not gonna lie, I actually liked, and then they fucking wasted him. Overall, Thor Love and Thunder is stupid. I rate it a 4 out of 10. Okay, so coming in at number 12, I have Halloween Ends. Speaking of complete waste, Halloween Ends is bad. Corey Baxter was introduced way too late in this franchise. Allison is character assassinated. The townspeople are still stupid. And Michael Myers isn't even in the movie that much. However, I did like the final battle between Laurie and Michael. I liked the chemistry between Laurie and Frank. I liked the way they disposed of Michael's body. And I liked that they gave Laurie a happy ending for once. Overall, Halloween Ends had some great moments, but it's still pretty bad. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst Halloween movie, but it is not good, so... Okay, now coming in at number 11, I have Minions 2 Rise of Gru. This is one of the most mediocre movies I've ever seen in my life. It is so boring and so bland that I kind of forgot about the whole film a little bit, though I do remember that it relies on nostalgia to make up for its dumbass plot. Just skip this film, skip Minions 1, and just watch the original 3 movies, because those 3 movies are actually pretty good. I'm going to give Minions 2 Rise of Gru a 5 out of 10. Alright, now coming in at number 10, I have Hotel Transylvania 4. Now, I actually like the first 3 Hotel Transylvania movies. I know they're not exactly well liked by most critics, but I actually enjoy them. The 4th film, not so much. It's not bad, but it's definitely the worst Hotel Transylvania movie. The plot evolves around Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolf, the Mummy, and the Invisible Man turning into humans, and Dracula's son-in-law, Jonathan, whom is a human, turns into a monster. So Dracula and Jonathan have to set off on this journey to find the cure, and they kind of learn a little bit more about each other, and they become better friends. But to me, this kind of feels like a ripoff of Hotel Transylvania 1. So yeah, overall, this film is a bit of a rehash of Hotel Transylvania 1. It didn't need to be made, and it's also kind of boring. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Coming in at number 9, I have Madea Homecoming. Now, the rest of the movies on this list are the ones that I actually do like. If you've never heard of the Madea movies, then they're pretty much just Tyler Perry dressing up as an old lady and doing a bunch of stupid shit. It sounds dumb, but it's actually pretty funny. In this one, Madea is throwing a college graduation party for her great-grandson, and this film follows the same humor as its predecessors. It's kind of hard for me to review the Madea movies because they're all pretty much the same. And you also have to have a certain type of humor to enjoy the Madea movies. But overall, I somewhat recommend this film. Like I said, if you have a certain sense of humor, then go ahead and watch it. But if you don't, and if you get easily offended, then don't even bother watching. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Okay, so coming in at number 8, I have Scream 5. The way I see it, there's never been a bad Scream movie before, and Scream 5 is proof. Scream 5 sort of follows the same formula as Scream 1. It introduces new characters, it brings back Sidney, Gale, and Dewey, and the kills are pretty good too. If I have to give it any criticisms, I'd say that the way Dewey was killed off was kind of dumb, and the motivations for the killers was pretty bad. However, I think everything else about this film really made it great. And also, yes, I am aware that I did not upload the Scream ranking video that I promised in the beginning of 2022, and it is now 2023, and I still haven't done it. But then I found out that there was going to be a Scream 6 at the time, so I decided to just wait for Scream 6, then rank all the Scream movies. And Scream 6 is coming out in March, and it looks really good. But overall, I'm going to give Scream 5 an 8 out of 10. Okay, so coming in at number 7, I have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. My God, this was a great movie. I would honestly put this in my top 5 MCU movies of all time. Doctor Strange and Wong were great like always, America Chavez was pretty cool, and Wanda was one of the scariest villains to come out of the MCU. I've seen a lot of criticism towards this film where people kept on saying that Wanda was character assassinated. She wasn't. What happened was the Darkhold corrupted her, turning her evil. If you want to see character assassination, then watch Star Wars The Last Jedi. So yeah, overall, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was fantastic. I rate it a 9 out of 10. Now, coming in at number 6, I have the Pinocchio movie from Netflix. I can't properly pronounce the director's name, and I apologize. However, this film was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I heard about it online and didn't really give it much thought. Then I saw that it was getting great reviews. And then I saw that people were saying that it was just as amazing as Puss in Boots 2. That was when I knew I had to watch it, because I love Puss in Boots 2. So I did. This movie was actually pretty dark. Okay, so the beginning takes place during World War I, and Master Geppetto's son was a casualty during the war. So he made Pinocchio, and obviously Pinocchio was seen as an abomination, especially since they were being ruled under fascism. The whole movie was crazy and also very sad, but it was the ending that was the saddest part. My only flaw with the film is very minor, and it was how Geppetto's son died. He was the only one inside of a church, and it was bombed by a military plane, which I know doesn't sound like a flaw, but the bomb realistically would have blown up the whole city instead of just the church. But overall, this film was absolutely amazing. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Coming in at number 5, I have Top Gun Maverick. Now, I'm going to be honest for a second. I'm not really the biggest fan of the first film. I thought it was alright, but nothing special. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. But I was really shocked at how much I enjoyed Top Gun Maverick. Maverick is now an older seasoned pilot and has to train a new generation of pilots, and one of them being the son of one of his friends from the first film whom died. However, Maverick doesn't believe that he's ready, and he ends up proving Maverick wrong when he saves his life. I also thought that the relationship between Maverick and Penny was far better in this one than it was in the last film. Overall, this was a very well-made film. If you like the first one, then you will absolutely love this film. But if you're like me, who thought the first film was not bad but nothing special, then I believe you'll still like this film. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Coming in at number 4, I have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I think it's safe to say that Sonic 2 is much better than Sonic 1. I rewatched this film not too long ago, and I liked it a lot more than I did when I first saw it. I thought Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles worked pretty well together. Most of the humor was great. The action was far better than it was in Sonic 1, and the post-credit scene was awesome. Overall, Sonic 2 improved upon the first film, and I like it way more than I did when I first saw it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Coming in at number 3, I have The Batman. Holy fucking shit. I regret not seeing this film in theaters. I didn't watch this film for the first time until the summer, and I fucking loved it. This is my favorite version of Batman right now. You really truly get to see how dangerous Gotham City really is. The villains were also great. I like that Catwoman was an ally to Batman, which does happen sometimes, by the way. The Penguin was pretty good too, although then again, not as good as Danny DeVito's Penguin. Falcone was okay too, but I also really liked when Bruce found out the truth about his parents because of him. And finally, the Riddler. Holy crap. Long before this film came out, I saw the potential in the Riddler, and I always thought that there can be a truly horrific version of him. And I was right. The Riddler was terrifying. I would even say that I liked him way more than Heath Ledger's Joker. This motherfucker killed people in very brutal ways and had a plan to flood the city. And by the way, his plan actually worked. Overall, The Batman was a near-perfect film that introduces my new favorite version of Batman, and along with my new favorite live action Batman villain, which is the Riddler now. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 2, I have Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Now, I'm a pretty big Beavis and Butthead fan, and I love Beavis and Butthead Do America also. This film is a fucking masterpiece. It was one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. It follows the same formula as Beavis and Butthead Do America, where Beavis and Butthead want to have sex with an adult girl that they meet, but then something bad happens, and they go on a quest to find the girl so they can have sex with her. Except here, they join a space camp, they meet the girl, and then they get lost in space for like 25 years. Then they return to Earth, and they're told by different versions of themselves that they need to return to the 90s within a certain time period, or else they'll be stuck in 2022 forever. But because they're stupid and horny, their main priority is to find the girl and have sex with her. If you're like me and you love Beavis and Butthead, then I highly recommend this film. Overall, I'm going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Now, originally, this was going to be my number 1 spot. But then, in December, which ironically I saw on New Year's Eve, another movie showed up out of nowhere and immediately took that title. And if you've seen my last 2 videos, then you already know what it is. Coming in at number 1, I have Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. This movie was a huge surprise for me. It teaches that one life is plenty and we should cherish it. And it also teaches that death is something that happens to everyone. This film is sad, scary, funny, and entertaining all at the same time. I want to call this one my favorite in the Shrek franchise. I really do. But I still think that Shrek 2 is just a little bit better. Who knows, maybe someday I'll have a different opinion. My opinions change all the time. Overall, I rate this film a perfect 10 out of 10. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to review in the future. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.